has been raining so much lately. Usually I would have complained about this years ago, but I'm so used to the weather now, and actually I kind of prefer it. So I thought that we would go to the farm shop today because it's raining, but the farm shop is kind of a really good in between where you don't have to take, your kids to like shops. And you're not gonna get that wet. It's not like I'm committing to being out for a coastal walk or something. Let's go and see what we can find over at the farm shop, check out the little animals, and just have a good little morning, a good little wholesome, easy, simple morning. Let's go. I also wanted to add that you might know this if you're also a music lover like me, but I actually titled this video after the Placebo song, English Summer Rain. One of the things that I wanted to start sharing with you is actually the CDs that I'm listening to, because I am a huge music lover. Later on when we're back home, I'm gonna be sharing, like the first of many what I'm listening to. Oh my gosh, I love coming to the farm shop. One of the things that I noticed the first time I came here when I was living in London, and I came down, it was just like the sense of community. I love that when you just go to the farm shop, people just chat to you and they tell you what's going on locally. Like, for example, today they told us that the Royal Cornwall show had been cancelled because of the severe weather alert. And I don't know, there's just something really cool about just having that little chat with people who live where you live, and you just like all know about local stuff and you know about what's going on, and they talk to you. I think for me, now that I'm talking about it, I think for me one of the big things is like I've never really felt like I belonged anywhere. It was really hard for me to feel like that moving from country to country, and wherever I ended up, I always felt like the people there never really accepted me. When you have those conversations with people that are like telling you what's going on in the local area and treating you like you're a local and that you live there, I just love that feeling of acceptance. When I was living in London, one of the first things I noticed when I came down here to visit, I noticed that kind of community, like locals vibe, and you just don't have that in London really, because people are, just doing their own thing. It's a big city, that's fine, that's what cities are like. But that was one of the really big things I noticed, was that sense of community, and just it felt like a place where you could feel like a local, you could feel like someone that lived there. And for me, I think that really felt special, because I've struggled to feel like that in all the different places that I've lived. In Spanish, because I've got a South American accent, so when I lived in Spain, I felt like I didn't really fit in there, and I was picked on for the way that I spoke Spanish. And even now in England, when I speak with an American accent, so people are like, assume that I'm American when I speak. And what it feels like for me in my life, like I've literally always felt like, okay, I don't fit in here, like I don't belong, people know that I'm not from here. So for me, like when I have those little moments of like community and connection, when I'm just like hanging out with local people and they're treating me like a local and they're telling me about stuff that's going on in the local area, and I'm like, I know what they're talking about because I also live here. Those moments, I don't know, you guys, they just feel so deep to me. They feel so important, because I truly have felt so much of my life feeling like I didn't fit in, like I didn't belong, because I wasn't truly from one exact place.
So yeah, like just having those little chats with people at the farm shop and them just like including me in everyday life, like I'm a local that lives there, because I am. It feels really special to me.
There's actually a lot of
It feels so good to just feel like I belong and I fit in. I feel like I'm gonna start singing Hercules.
Okay, we just got back and we got soaked, but it was very worth it. Just changed into basically what I like to call my PJs. And if you would have seen my ultra minimal wardrobe decluttering video, you'll know that I have like, I don't know, like 10 clothes or something. I have such a small amount of clothes. And just wanted to let you know, because I know I wear this sweater a lot, but it's literally the only sweater that I have. Like, I'm not joking. This is the only sweater I have that I kept because it was, it's cotton and it's actually really cozy. So the new cardigans that I bought for, when I did all of my changeover to all the organic cotton clothes, all of those cardigans, well, there's only 3 of them, the 3 cardigans, they're okay, but they're not super warm. And honestly, it is cold today, so it's just nice to just put on a sweater. So, mental note, it's good to be an ultra minimalist when it comes to your clothes. I totally support that, but I think I'm gonna need to get 1 or 2 more sweaters, especially just for being around the house. Anyway, sidetrack. Changed and put on some comfy clothes because we were all like soaked, just wet from all the rain. I don't know if you can hear it now, it's still coming down, and yeah, you're like here on the window, so it could be like, I don't know if you'll hear the rain, but hopefully it's not too loud. So yeah, let me show you what we picked up. So I got us some leeks, a bunch of kale. I think the leeks are grown there and the kale is grown there. Carrots, which I thought are so cute. They're just so tiny, and I think, oh my gosh, I love all the soil on them. So cool. So yeah, carrots, the carrots are grown there. I could not resist, as you can see. I've already taken a bite out of it. I don't know if you can see. I couldn't resist the loaf of bread, so I got a little loaf of bread. Just two purple potatoes, because I didn't know if my little one was gonna like them, so I just got 2 of those. And yeah, some good little punnets of strawberries, and I'm really excited about this. I got some gooseberries, because if you've used gooseberries before, let me know. I haven't. I have never used gooseberries in my life. I've never picked them or anything, so yeah, I got gooseberries, so I'm really excited to do something with them. Let's cook something cool with them. Yeah, if you haven't done it before, then let's discover it together. If you have, then please give me some recipes or cool ideas and I can try that next time. So yeah, let's do something cool with the gooseberries. And yeah, I'm thinking, because it's such a rainy day and it's the weekend and we're all home and together, I was thinking of actually doing a roast. I really like the tradition of a Sunday roast that exists in England, which is not something that I grew up with. But funnily enough, when I told my mom that I'm really enjoying like trying to start that tradition, I think it's hard at this age to have like fixed routines and things like traditions like that, because Yeah, like at this stage, like toddlerhood or newborn phase, these kind of phases like are very, things change a lot and it's very hard to like have set stuff. Sometimes it just does not work to spend hours in the kitchen making a roast or even just making it at all because your kid might not eat it. So it's a little bit like, it's not like we do it every weekend, but that's why it feels like such a nice treat to go and get some fresh vegetables, make a nice little family roast together. And what I was saying was, I told my mom that I'm trying to start the tradition of having a Sunday roast. Even though I did not grow up with that, obviously it's like an English thing that I've learned from being here in England. And she actually told me that she used to do that every weekend with her family, even though, so like my mom's Spanish, she's from Spain, but she was telling me that she used to do that with her family every weekend, and she has like great memories of that. So I was like, what? That's so cool. I did not know that. I did not grow up like that, even though she did. Yeah, so like that made it really more special for me to be like, cool, okay, like my mom did that as well. It's definitely a part of like my husband's tradition to have Sunday roast. So I was like, you know what, this is really cool, so I'm gonna incorporate that. So yeah, it feels really special when I do something like this. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so I'm so excited to start this because I think it's going to be a lot of fun to share the things that we're listening to. Before I start though, I have to say I can't believe how much light there still is. I know that it's summer and blah blah blah, but I am not a big fan of summer anymore. And yeah, I don't love that there's like light until like 9 p.m. I used to love that before. I used to be on the beach at like 10 p.m. and it was sunny and it was really nice. But obviously now as a mom, like I don't do that. But yeah, let's talk about what I'm listening to. So for this whole week, I've had the Kelly Jones album on repeat. Now, what's funny is I did not even know the Stereophonics until my husband showed them to me like, I don't know, like 5 or 6 years ago or something like that. Because I'd never heard of them. But when he did play me their stuff, I fell in love totally. Just I love this guy. Like I love the way he puts music together, and I love how his songs are like storytelling songs. I think this is just one of my favorite albums of all time because I love how intimate it sounds, and I love all the chatter in between songs. Usually I'm not a huge fan when people talk too much in between songs. I feel like it really breaks the feeling of being in the show. I really like that the things that he talks about is just like about his own life and his experiences and the background to the songs and stuff like that. And so yeah, it's such an amazing album. I've just been loving listening to it. Great to hear him acoustic because his voice is so powerful and so beautiful. Like Kelly Jones' voice is for me, like I think one of the best in music. I just love the way he sounds. Because I think that's the thing. It's such an atmospheric type of album. And I swear, like especially on these rainy days, it's been so nice to just have it on. And I've always been a huge fan of acoustic like renditions of songs. So I used to be a huge fan of like The Cure Unplugged and Pearl Jam Unplugged and Alice in Chains Unplugged. Like I used to live with that stuff growing up. Not so much over the last like 10, 12 years, but growing up, that was like, those were like my jam. So to have Stereophonics Unplugged, basically, but way better than that, because it's not just like, here's the songs unplugged. It feels like this storytelling performance, like a journey that you're going on. And it's so interesting because of how communicative he is with the audience. Like, it feels like you're there, even if you're just listening to it on a CD at home. So I've been loving this, and it's just, yeah, I mean, he's just so cool. He's just so cool. I'm really glad that my husband showed them to me because I hadn't heard of them before. So yeah, I think I've been a really big fan of them now for like I said, I think something like 6 years or something. That's roughly when I first found out about them. I feel like he's really underrated as a music writer, as a storyteller, as a songwriter. I feel like he doesn't get the credit that he deserves. Because for me, he's up there as one of my favorites, one of the absolute best of all time. So yeah, it's called Kelly Jones, Don't Let the Devil Take Another Day. And it's been such a huge inspiration to me as well, because I've liked the sound of the songs so much. Like, I like how when a song goes acoustic, I feel like it gets distilled down to what the song is, right? There's no effects, there's no crazy stuff going on, there's no feedback, there's no like loudness. It's just like the essence of the song and the strong, powerful vocal delivery of Kelly Jones, which for me is everything. Like, getting to hear his voice front and center over the instruments, over everything else, like, it's just it really just feels like such a beautiful journey. And yeah, that's what I love about acoustic stuff, is just like how it distills the song down to the real melody, like the basics in the best way. And that has also like really been inspiring me to learn the songs and play them on the piano. So that's been really fun. So yeah, Kelly Jones, Don't Let the Devil Take Another Day. That's what I've been listening to on repeat for the last 2 weeks, if I'm honest. It has been, or even longer. Yeah, anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this segment of what I'm listening to. And I'd love for us to like chat about stuff like that, because I think that would be really cool. Just bring music back, basically. And yeah, I will see you in the next video. Thanks so much for being here. I hope you've really enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!